Hi there, my name is Kathy Hurlbert. I'm an instructional technology specialist for Northeast Independent School District. I'd like to talk with you a few minutes about doing assessment of student understanding within the context of Seesaw. Especially in light of distance learning, I really want you to walk away with a firm understanding of how to do your teaching within Seesaw and then how to do your assessment. So what we're looking at here is an activity in my activity library. So I'm going to go into edit mode so we can get a closer look at this. So we talked a little bit about the anatomy of a Seesaw activity. We have the activity name, the instructions. I recorded my voice to read the instructions aloud to students. Then we've got two places to attach things. This first section is called the multimedia directions. This is where I'm going to do my teaching. So I'm going to take a look at my learning targets, at my district resources, and this is where I'm going to deliver instruction to students. So in this particular example, I've attached a learning board that's going to take the students through 6 steps because my goal is for them to learn about plants. So I want them to learn about the parts of the plant, the needs of the plant, how plant is used for food, different parts of plants are used for food. And so those are the elements of my learning targets, what I want to accomplish. So that goes again in the multimedia section. This is where the teaching happens. So this is a clickable learning board. If you want to learn more about that, there's a video of a recorded webinar in the organizing your content section of our classroom. Now the next section is the student template. This lives down here. And what I've done here is I have created 3 separate pages where I'm going to assess, did the students understand what was taught? So just like I mentioned, one of my goals was to make sure that students can identify the different parts of the plant. So here I've added a picture with shapes and then labels, and I want the students to drag the labels to match them to the different parts of the plant. I clicked down here on add page and added additional page for them to continue. For this one, they're going to identify one part of the plant and then talk about the job of that part. Now I did put directions down here on the bottom for students. So if they click the little caption, there are recorded directions for this specific page. So, and I can also drop an arrow down there to kind of draw students' attention there too. And then the last page is I wanted them to identify each picture as either a stem, a root, a leaf, or flower. So again, I added a picture in the background. They're going to take the labels and drag them to match what they think that is. And the students will be able to record on each one of these. And again, there are auditory directions down here for students as well. So when students turn this work in, I've really gone through a learning cycle with them. So I've done my teaching, delivered the content and concepts there, and then I'm having them practice and apply. So when they complete the Seesaw activity and submit it, I should be able to look at that student work and really have a good understanding of, do the students understand the concepts I was teaching? And then I can make decisions to move forward on what to do with that. So that again was a science one, but you can do this with any content that you're working with. So here's an example with reading. Phonics instruction. So again, I added the teach piece here. So I took the phonics posters from the IPG and recorded on top of them, and then did a model lesson by adding a page and showing students how to apply that concept to decode words. So that is the teaching portion of the activity. And then down here is the application part. And this is where I mentioned drawing an arrow to direct kids to the voice directions at the bottom. So on this one, I'm going to have them apply the concepts by underlining the chunks that they learned about and then using the arrow to point and record themselves reading and decoding the words. So like I mentioned, Seesaw, it just provides an excellent vehicle to really kind of package the teaching and the assessment together. And really gives, it's a game changer for teachers because it really gives you insight to student understanding. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to myself or your ITS. We'd be glad to help you if you need any additional help.